There are several types of mortgage products out there. So, how do you know which one is right for you? Well, obviously, a conversation with your lender is going to be most informative for you because they're going to be able to tell you what programs you qualify for. But a lot of times, buyers don't even know what these terms mean. So, probably the most common type of mortgage that people hear about is a conventional mortgage. Well, what does that mean? A conventional mortgage fits within the guidelines that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have set forth for you to get a loan. Those are our two big mortgage gurus, if you will. And so they've come up with guidelines that in order for you to purchase a home or to refinance a home, you have to fit within their box. So if your income and your employment and your debts all fit within their box that they have defined, then you qualify for a conventional mortgage. Used to, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac wouldn't even do mortgages if you had less than a 20% down payment. That has changed, and they do have loan programs for as little as 3% down. If you do have less than 20% as a down payment on a conventional mortgage, then you're going to have to pay what's called private mortgage insurance. That would be calculated into your payment each month. And of course, if you're having to pay that on top of your mortgage payment, it could affect the amount of home that you qualify to purchase. We also have what's called government-backed mortgages. And these are different government agencies, and they have come up with their own guidelines to help people purchase a home that maybe don't fit inside the traditional Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac guidelines. One of the most popular government loan products is the FHA, which stands for Federal Housing Authority. FHA mortgages only require 3.5% down payment, and they actually do not have a credit score requirement. Now, your lender may tell you, well, you have to have a 580 credit score for us to do an FHA mortgage for you. Typically, most lenders are going to have a credit score overlay. So you have to meet a minimum credit score for that particular mortgage company. But as a whole, FHA does not have a minimum credit score requirement. So keep that in mind. We also have VA loans. VA loans are for veterans and active duty military members. There is no down payment requirement on a VA loan, and there's no maximum loan amount. So some people think the buyers may not be financially stable because they've not had to make a down payment. But the VA loan is a benefit for those people who have served our country. So them not having to pay a down payment has nothing to do with their actual credit worthiness or financial stability. And then we also have USDA loans, and that is the United States Department of Agriculture. So USDA loans were created basically to help people in rural areas purchase a home. So a lot of times it's not going to have a down payment requirement, but you do have to live in what they call an eligible geographic area. So if you're in the city limits of Morristown, typically those properties are not going to qualify for a USDA loan. But once you get out in the county, a lot of those homes will qualify for a USDA. They do also have income limits. If you're making $300,000 a year and it's just you and your spouse, you're probably not going to qualify for the USDA loan. Now, one of the things that I hear quite a bit in selling real estate, buyers will call me and they say, well, I want to get that first-time home buyer loan. And there's actually not a loan product out there that is called the first-time home buyer loan. Now, there have been first-time home buyer credits and loan types in the past, but there is no loan that is labeled the first-time home buyer. There are programs available that are specific to first-time home buyers, and there's going to be several different ones of those. USDA has some, THDA, the Tennessee Housing Development, has some, and then FHA a lot of times is associated with a first-time buyer, but you don't have to be a first-time buyer to utilize an FHA loan. So again, this is just a general rundown of the different types of mortgages that are out there. You want to talk to a lender to find out what specifically you qualify for based on your credit and based on your income. If you need a referral to a great, trusted local mortgage person, leave a comment below. I'll be happy to give you some information on some of the great ones that we have in this area.